Hey friend, it's Derek. Hey, I'm really excited today to be bringing you this information on why you should never diet again. Now, there are many reasons to hate commercial diets, and I want to explain many of those reasons because I believe many of the most popular diets can actually harm you. Now, I'm not a doctor, so if your regular doctor or a nutritionist or any other medical professional already has you on a specific diet, I don't want you to deviate from that. I don't want to interfere or contradict whatever they've told you. So please continue to follow that diet plan. However, if you're thinking about going on a commercial diet, one of the most popular diets, please watch this information and see if it helps you. Now, let's get started. Now, when I'm teaching something, I usually like to define any key terms I use. Of course, we're going to use the word diet over and over again today. Now, the English word diet comes from a Greek word meaning way of life. Now, isn't that interesting? I do believe that your diet, what you eat, what you drink, should really be your way of life. It should allow you to enjoy food, to eat most of the foods you love, and avoid most of the foods you dislike. Now, does any of that sound like a diet that you've heard about, read about, or participated in? I seriously doubt it. So let's get started talking about the 8 reasons why you should never diet again. So number 1, diets make you give up foods you love. Now, why do you want to give up many of the foods you love? Because when you give up the foods you love, you're easily tempted to cheat. And then when you feel guilty from cheating, you may be tempted to think, I can't do this. You may end up giving up on the diet altogether, even if you've stuck to it for months, and even if it has been working for you in every other way. Reason number 2, the opposite of that. Diets make you eat foods that you dislike. Now, most diets have very limited menus. And even if you welcome and enjoy some different foods at first, you may end up disliking those same foods just because you get bored with the limited things that you can eat. For example, and this is a really popular one, meal replacement shakes. Now, the first week you're saying to yourself, and maybe everyone else for that matter, man, I can drink chocolate shakes every day. I'm loving this diet. Then the second week, you're staring at the half-empty glass saying, this diet has me drinking a lot of these chocolate shakes. And then by the third week, you're like, what is this crap made out of? It smells and tastes like sweaty clothes that were left in the laundry hamper too long. Number 3, diets are unhealthy. Now here's an example. A friend of mine was about 50 pounds overweight, and he went to a weight loss doctor. The doctor put him on a strict diet and monitored his progress on a weekly basis. Now, my friend wanted to exercise, but he had zero energy on the 500 calorie a day diet. He was discouraged by the doctor from doing any strenuous exercise. Now, I've never heard a doctor telling his otherwise healthy patient not to exercise too much just because he was on a diet. In addition, many diets make you replace regular food with special diet food, or shakes, or pills. Now, some doctors will even try to talk you into surgery, and they'll make this drastic procedure sound reasonable. It's not reasonable. Please don't consider surgery unless it's medically necessary. Many diets in the last decade or so have made you cut out entire food groups or nutrition categories like carbohydrates, for example. Now, this one is really popular these days. Now, this totally contradicts what most doctors say you should do, and they've been saying you should do this for decades, and that is eat a balanced diet. So cutting out an entire food group or an entire nutrition category is just not the right way to go. Number 4 reason why you should never diet again. Diets are unreasonable. I know you've heard the saying, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. So anytime someone promises to give you The secret to losing 30 pounds in 30 days, for example, whether it's the scientific discovery of a new chemical, a food to eat more, or a food to avoid eating, it's an unreasonable diet. Now, you've heard things like this before. You can only eat 500 calories a day. I just gave you an example of that about my friend. Or you can only eat protein and fat with no carbs. We've talked about that. It just isn't reasonable to do this day in and day out. The number 5 reason, diets are unsustainable. Diets are inherently short-term. Of course, they pretty much all say that there's a long-term maintenance program of some sort after you reach your goal weight. But that's an important distinction. After you reach your goal weight. Only a small percentage of people ever actually reach their goal weight by using these programs. Now, most of us didn't gain a bunch of weight in 2 to 3 months, but for some reason, we think that we can lose weight much quicker than we gained it. In fact, most of us expect that it's going to be fairly easy to lose the weight. However, I don't want you to expect a miracle cure that will get you to your goal weight in 30, 60, or 90 days. It's just not reasonable. You can't continue not eating foods you love, like carbohydrates, for the rest of your life. I mean, you can, but it's not healthy. It's unreasonable. And in the end, they know that you can, or that you won't, or that you really shouldn't. Avoid carbs forever, for example. The number 6 reason, diets keep you focused on food. Now, diets focus on food. That sounds obvious, right? Of course diets focus on food. That's what diets are all about. We're supposed to control when we eat, what we eat, how much we eat. The problem is that the diet expects us to constantly think about food. Rather than allowing food to simply serve as our sustenance, we become obsessed with food. Here's an example. When you're told something like, you can't eat French fries, it brings to your mind French fries, which then makes you want French fries. French fries may not have ever even been a temptation for you. And then when someone tells you you can't eat French fries, you start focusing on, maybe even obsessing about, those French fries that you can't eat. And of course, it's not just French fries. It's that entire long list of things that you can't have. And now you want it all. I wonder if you, when you were a kid, did you really focus much on food? You probably thought about your friends, thought about school, your toys, and a whole lot of other things way more than you thought about food. Well, that was me too. Reason number 7, diets are expensive. Diet programs plus their food and supplements end up being really expensive. They can easily cost you $100 to $500 a month. If and when you gain that weight back, it's as if you flushed all that money down the toilet with nothing to show for it. And then, even if the diet works, I'm guessing that you can't, or at least you won't, pay even the more reasonable maintenance program amount of $50 to $200 per month for the rest of your life. Now, the number 8 and final reason why you should never diet again is probably the most important, and that is diets don't work. Now, I probably wouldn't even be talking about why you should never diet again if these commercial diets actually worked. Did you know that only about 10% of people who go on a diet will actually succeed with their goal of significant weight loss? Even more, 80% of people who do succeed in losing a significant amount of weight on a diet will end up gaining back all the weight they lost and sometimes more. I don't think we should blame the dieters for this lack of success. We should blame the diets themselves and the people that create these diets. Now, I'm way more worried about your health than I am about your weight loss. And I have a proven system that I've been using to get healthy and stay healthy. Now, I realize that for many of you, Part of your health journey may include losing weight, but there's so much more to getting healthy and staying healthy than just losing weight. And I'm certainly not going to try to trick you into thinking it will be easy or that it will be quick. Getting and staying healthy is going to take work. Sometimes the journey will be hard. It's going to take time to get healthy. And then you're going to spend the rest of your life staying healthy. But if you give me the privilege, I'll be right there with you as your life improvement coach every step of the way. Now, I'd like to introduce you to a resource I have to help you jumpstart your journey to getting healthy. This is my free gift for you just because you watched this video today. It's called Get Healthier in 30 Days. Now, this resource includes the step-by-step plan I used when I started my health journey about 5 years ago. This is not a diet because you don't need a diet. You need a plan to get healthy, and that's what I want to give to you. Now, the great thing about this resource is that it's absolutely free. So to obtain this free gift, just follow the link in the description below or go to lifeimprovementcoach.com/gethealthier. Now, friend, I appreciate you watching this video to the end. And if you allow me, I will do my best to help you get healthy and stay healthy as your life improvement coach. I hope to see you soon in the next video.